Well, good morning and welcome back. Here we are for another day of our daily Bible chapter series. And today, January the 19th of 2022, we are in Leviticus 21. And Leviticus 21 talks about regulations for conduct of priests. And the Lord said to Moses, "Speak to the priests, the sons of Aaron, and say to them, None shall defile himself for the dead among his people, except for his relatives who are nearest to him, his mother, his father, his son, his daughter, and his brother. Also his virgin sister who is near to him, who has had no husband. For her he may defile himself. Otherwise he shall not defile himself, being a chief man among his people, to profane himself. They shall not make any bald place on their heads, nor shall they shave the edges of their beards, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. They shall be holy to their God, and not profane the name of their God. For they offer the offerings of the Lord made by fire, and the bread of their God. Therefore they shall be holy. They shall not take a wife who is a harlot or a defiled woman, nor shall they take a woman divorced from her husband, for the priest is holy to his God. Therefore you shall consecrate him, for he offers the bread of your God. He shall be holy to you, for I, the Lord, who sanctify you, am holy. The daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by playing the harlot, she profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. He who is the high priest among his brethren, on whose head the anointing oil was poured, and who is consecrated to wear the garments, shall not uncover his head, nor tear his clothes. Nor shall he go near any dead body, nor defile himself for his father or his mother. Nor shall he go out of the sanctuary, nor profane the sanctuary of his God. For the consecration of the anointing oil of his God is upon him. I am the Lord. And he shall take a wife in her virginity, a widow, or a divorced woman, or a defiled woman, or a harlot. These he shall not marry, but he shall take a virgin of his own people as wife. Nor shall he profane his posterity among his people, for I, the Lord, sanctify him. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to Aaron, saying, No man of your descendants in succeeding generations who has any defect may approach to offer the bread of his God. For any man who has a defect shall not approach, a man blind or lame, who has a marred face or any limb too long, a man who has a broken foot or broken hand, or is a hunchback or a dwarf, or a man who has a defect in his eye, or eczema, or scab, or is a eunuch. No man of the descendants of Aaron the priest who has a defect shall come near to offer the offerings made by fire to the Lord. He has a defect. He shall not come near to offer the bread of his God. He may eat the bread of his God, but the most holy and the holy only shall not go near the veil or approach the altar, because he has a defect, lest he profane my sanctuaries, for I, the Lord, sanctify them. And Moses told it to Aaron and his sons, and to all the children of Israel. Leviticus 21. A couple of thoughts came into my head when I was reading that, and one of them was talking about the daughter of any priest. So verse 9 says, The daughter of any priest, if she profanes herself by playing the harlot, she profanes her father, she shall be burned with fire. And I know this is terrible, but preachers' kids have a reputation of being some of the biggest troublemakers, and I know some daughters of pastors who were pregnant before they were married, and pregnant in high school, etc. And that kind of thing, I guess, just would not have flown back in the Old Testament times. But I think there's forgiveness for that, but it does cause a lot of trouble for a pastor whose daughter is causing trouble. The other thing I thought was interesting is that it was talking about if a man has any defect at all, basically he can't be the priest. If any of Aaron's sons has a defect, he shouldn't come near to offer the offerings. And I don't know. I don't know why that is and how that was, but it just seems weird to me. Now, I think God makes all of us the way that he does for a purpose and a reason and without mistake. So, I mean, clearly there would be a reason for that, and that was God's rule. But, I would have to think, like, who could actually be there? Because do we not all have defects of some sort now? Anyway, just kind of what was going through my head when I was reading today's chapter. And hopefully you'll be back tomorrow for Leviticus 22. And I don't know, I've enjoyed the series. I enjoy breaking it down and reading it for you for one chapter every day, and it just allows me the opportunity to think a little bit more about what I'm reading and what the Bible is saying. And I think it's easy to get into a rhythm and just read the Bible without really thinking about it. And if you're like me, when I read, my brain wanders, thinks about a lot of different things. I'm not a good reader. I don't enjoy reading. And I have struggled reading the Bible my entire life, and I just, this has helped me. A couple of years ago, I started reading on the Bible Gateway app. I started reading the Bible through in a year, and the first I did it, some Old Testament, New Testament every day, and then the past 2 years I've been doing it with the chronologically. But I read every morning, and I just get lost. I get lost in my thought about what I have to do that day and other things. But here, when I read this for you, and I'm breaking it down into one chapter, it's so much easier for me to think about what I'm reading. Now, my thoughts about what I'm reading are not always, maybe spiritually gifted thoughts, if you will, but it helps me to think about the words that I'm reading and focus on that. And so for that, I'm grateful. So anyway, again, I hope to see you back tomorrow, and I hope you have a great day.